Hey everyone, Andrigats here and welcome back to my channel. Yep, another little remix video because Blizzard has officially announced that Limix will be rolling out on October 7th for NA and a day later for EU. I'm truly so hyped, we've got less than a month to go and we also know how the phases will finally roll out. I've already explained plenty of times what Little Remix is in my previous videos while streaming, and of course you can always check the blue post, so I'll have a link down for you. What I want to go over today is some of the most exclusive and really cool rewards that we can get from Little Remix. I've spent a lot of time on the PTR, as many of you already know, since I've been streaming quite a bit, and I got so many questions about it, so I decided to put together this guide on what you should prioritize if you wanna grab some of the best ensembles Limix has to offer. I'm obviously not talking about the bronze vendor gear, but the exclusive ensembles you can get only through doing achievements. Today we are diving into the Sargerei Commander Sets, the Trial of Valor chosen regalia, and the absolutely stunning Queen Azshara Outfit. Okay, let's start with the Sargerei sets. A total of 4 brand new ensembles, each one tied to a different achievement. Some of them lean more on skill and difficulty, while others are easier but take a bit more time to finish. So let's go over them one by one. First up is the green set, the Felscorned Regalia. This one is about as Legion as it gets, full on green, bold, and exactly what you will expect from an exclusive Limix ensemble. The way to get it is pretty straightforward. Just complete the Legion Remix campaign. It will have a special label in your quest log so you can spot it easily among all your other quests. And there will be a lot of quests. The campaign is really just a short chain of 3 quests, and by the end of it you will unlock the ensemble and the achievement to Fel and back. That said, it will take a bit of time, and let me explain. First of all, you'll pick up the first quest, Embrace Your Own Legend, from Eternus once you have unlocked the Infinite Bazaar. That's the hub where we'll be hanging out most of the time. This initial quest asks you to hit level 40 and complete 2 infinite research assignments. If you haven't seen my previous videos, here's how assignments work. The first thing you're gonna be doing every day is visiting Eternus and picking up tasks. These assignments will unlock daily. The more you do and complete certain achievements, you'll be able to take on even more. On the PTR, I was able to store up to 12 tasks in one go, and I expect the capacity will go higher as I still had unfinished achievements. The nice thing is that you can save them up and do them all at once if you don't log in daily, so you won't fall behind. Anyway, these tasks are super easy to do. Stuff like killing demons, doing dungeons, raids, gathering apps, etc, etc. You can even tell Eternus what kind of content you prefer doing, so you'll naturally complete tasks as you play without going out of your way. You should be able to finish this first quest within the first day or 2 depending on how fast you level. Overall, leveling is a lot faster here than retail, so hitting 40 won't take that much of your time. Once you are there and you have done the 2 assignments, talk to Eternus and get the second quest, Surpass Your Own Legend. Same idea, but this time you need to reach level 80 and complete 5 assignments. This will take a bit longer, but you can save up tasks ahead of time so you are ready for it. After finishing those, you need to speak to Eternus again and then pick up the final quest, Shape a New Legend. This one asks for 1000 infinite power, a currency that you'll need to progress your artifact. Getting 1000 is honestly nothing, since we'll have millions by the end of Limix. And you also need to do 20 tasks. That's the longest part, since new tasks appear daily. So always make sure to keep up with this quest, so you don't forget like I did on the PTR. I mean, I probably did more than 20 and, well, I forgot to turn in the previous quest, so yeah, something to keep in mind. Once you finish, you'll unlock the Felscorned ensemble and the achievement. And don't worry if you are not that into green, which I get, there are also red colors. Let's move on to the red one, the Hellforged Regalia. Personally, it's not my favorite, but I know a lot of you love it, and that's fair. You unlock this by completing the achievement Time-Worn Keystone Hero. That means timing a plus 30 or greater in the Time-Worn Keystone dungeons, which are basically the Limix version of Mythic Plus. Now, since we can get insanely powerful in Limix, it's technically possible to solo this. Well, maybe? On PTR, Blizzard gave us tons of infinite power to test with, so I cracked myself up to god level and managed to solo a plus 30 Mauve Souls. On live servers though, you might want a full group, or you might be able to solo it later on. Again, big question mark here. Either way, you'll need to gear up, max out your artifact, and invest a lot of infinite power into the final infinite trade to make it happen. And it goes without saying, but you'll have to actually push your key up to plus 30, the normal way, unlike on PTR where we could just set it to whatever level we wanted. It will take patience and time, but it's a great challenge for those who want it. Oh, and speaking of keys, running high keys gives you a lot of bronze. I got 20k bronze from a run that took me about 20 minutes. Anyway, that's a topic for another video. I'll be doing a proper bronze farming guide once we have a more clear idea of the actual numbers. Alrighty, moving on to the purple set, the Voidscarred Regalia. To get this one, you'll need to complete 100 wall quests in the Heroic Wall tier. This is essentially a harder outdoor mode, but nothing too scary once you gear up. You can activate it at the console in the Infinite Bazaar next to Eternus. If you happen to not see any wall quests up, just grab the Uniting the Isles quest. It should be available from Khadgar in Dalaran once you hit 80, and you also unlock the Fly Whistle, which finally became a toy. It should be fairly easy and something you can do solo, but obviously it does take time, since wall quests do rotate. Always check the timers so you don't forget anything. Generally, wall quests will be a bit tougher here in the Heroic Wall tier, especially the ones with rare elites and generally harder mobs. But the normal ones, or like the ones that don't involve fighting at all, like the Curing Tor, should pretty much feel the same as doing them in the regular mode. We don't actually know the official end date of Remix, but since the last phase drops December 9th, I'll guess we have at least a month after that. That said, 3 months should be more than enough to knock this out, as long as you don't forget about it. Yeah, don't forget about it. Finally, the last Sargerei ensemble is the Lightbound, the golden version and my personal favorite. You can unlock this by completing all of the Legion raids on Mythic difficulty, including Antorus, which comes with Phase 4. In other words, that is something that is time gating. And at the very best, you should be able to complete this on November 18th, when Argus and Antorus becomes available. On the PTR, with item level 740 and 500 limits unbound, I was able to solo Emerald Nightmare and Trial of Valor quite easily. Like I mentioned before in the keys, I did crack myself up to god level, so I don't know how realistic this is. I'm also not sure if the later raids will be tougher or will be the same difficulty as the phase 1, but even if not, you'll always be able to find groups to knock them out. Okay, so this wraps up all the Sargerei ensembles, and like I said, some you'll get naturally over the course of the event, while others will take real effort. Now let's go back to the Trial of Valor raid, and specifically the chosen Regalia sets. Those are the original ones coming back from Legion, and to get them you'll need to clear the raid without dying. It's a mini raid consisting of 3 bosses, Odin, Guarm and Helya. Like I said, I was able to solo this on PTR, but let me share a few tips. The very first boss you'll face is Odin, but you actually start off against his champions Heimdall and Herja. What you wanna do here is to try and bring them both down at the same time to 25%. Soloing is a bit tricky because they put up a shield if they are close to each other, so you'll have to kite one while the other one is casting. Once they are 25% and are casting their thing, Odin then becomes attackable and you need to bring him down to 10%. As the fight progresses, one of his champions will enter, and again they shield up if they are close to each other. You need to split them as much as you can and try to take down Odin. It was totally doable solo with the gear I had, but like I said, it was a bit time consuming because I was the only person and both bosses were on me. Next up is Guarm, who was actually a lot easier. Just watch out for the color mechanic and step out of his stun. Now, where you need to be extra careful is with the trash before Helya. they cast a drowning debuff that can actually kill you off because, well, it is drowning and no matter how powerful you are, you will die. So what you want to do in this case is either heal and dispel it because it's magic effect, try to kick it or CC them so it doesn't go off. You can also pull smaller packs if you want, which might make it easier. Now for Hell Yeah fight, I just focus on ads and burn through the intermissions. Watch out for her big wave knockback so you don't get swept away. And yeah, I mean, that's it. Kill the tentacles, kill the ads, and kill Hell Yeah. While it is absolutely doable if we can get our infinite rate as high as I did, still we have to watch out for the mechanics. Since I managed to clear it on my priest, I got the cloth set. But if you want to get all of the 4 armor types, cloth, leather, mail, and plate, you'll need to do this in 4 different classes. A lot of people have been asking me this question if one toon can unlock everything in Leisure Remix, and as it turns out, no, you actually have to have one of each armor type. Obviously, if you wanna get these 4 ensembles. There are 4 separate feats of strength tied to the different armor sets, and if you want them all, you'll have to level up and gear 4 different time runners. It will definitely take time, but totally worth it. These sets look absolutely phenomenal. Last but not least, let's talk about the Queen Azshara's outfit. The Kaldorei Queen's Royal Vestments are unlocked by completing the Suramar achievement. You'll need to finish at least 2 of the 4 sub-achievements on a time runner. Because of the staggered release of Leisure Remix, some of these achievements won't be available until October 21st. More specifically, the campaign and the Looking for Group achievement, which requires Archway, Court of Stars, and the Nighthold raid, should open then on the second phase. As far as I know, the Suramar tour, which has you exploring Suramar and just killing rares, is most likely available from the start, but I could be wrong. The last part is reaching Exalted with the Nightfallen, and on PTR, my Nightborn character auto-completed this on login. So it is unclear how it will work on live. Either way, we'll figure it out when it goes live. And I'll probably let you know in the comments. And yeah, that's pretty much all as far as unique ensembles go. I'm honestly super hyped to get my hands on all of these, though I am curious to see just how powerful will actually be on live. Blizzard does seem to be listening to our feedback and rolling out updates, so hopefully we'll be able to solo most of this content. That said, there will be plenty of people playing Leisure Remix, so you can always group up. Let me know in the comments which ensemble you are most excited about, and if you have any questions about Limix, drop them down below. In the next video, I'll be covering some of the unique weapons and rare appearances that we can get, so make sure to stay tuned for that. As always, thank you so much for sticking around until the very end, and make sure to drop a like if you have found this video helpful. Don't forget to subscribe for more WoW coverage and hit the bell to stay up to date. Good luck with whatever you are doing, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!
You are not prepared!